Development partners to support Ethiopia. Welcome again. I'm Anwar Khalil. Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Dr. Abiy Ahmed, met and discussed with members of the Ethiopian Muslims Joint Committee. The meeting reviewed the committee's 5-month dispute resolution activities and the milestones achieved thus far, according to the Office of the Prime Minister. He conveyed government's admiration of the progress the committee has made, including their decision to operationalize an institution for the facilitation of unity among members of the Islamic faith. In addition, the Prime Minister also expressed a support of government in strengthening the understanding that has emerged and will take measures against entities that would undermine this effort. President of the Oromia Regional State, Lamma Magarsa, has discussed peace and security issues with a delegation of religious leaders at his office in Finne City. We'll go on to more the story.
The delegation of religious leaders had discussed peace issues with President of the Oromia Regional State, Lamma Magarsa. The delegation has presented the output of the discussion held with Abagadas, religious leaders and different parts of the public on how to sustain the ever-started relationship with the nations, nationalities and peoples of the country.
ከትግራይም ክልል ከዚህም የተነሳው ተመሳሳይ ችግር አንደኛው ነው። ፖለቲከኞች ችግራችሁን ፍቱልን።
The questions that are raised from both Tigray and Oromia were the questions and problems of politics and politicians. So politicians should resolve your problems. Political parties should also solve their inner problems. The media should prize and teach unity among all nationalities. They should abstain from hate report. Rule of law should also be ensured and the public should go back to its daily activity are the major questions and demand of the public at large.
President Lam also thanked the delegation and religious leader for their contribution.
እንግዲህ ጥሩ ነገር ጀምራችኋል ይሄ መጠናከር አለበት በእናንተ ብቻ የሚቆም ሳይሆን
You have started a good job. This should get sustainability. Everyone should support and work with you because the issue of peace belongs to all.
The president also underscored that the Oromia regional state will play a risk level based in ensuring peace and stability in the country.
The issue of peace, unity among nationalities and the peoples of the country is the issue of all of us. It is not the issue of political parties and the government. We are no more agenda beyond this in our regional state. So we are ready to play our part in sustaining and ensuring peace.
President Lam added, peace belongs to all and call upon political parties, governmental organizations and all public to support and work on peace and security issues. Participants of the discussion also called upon all political parties and the government to discuss and solve their inner problems. They urged the government to sustain and ensure rule of law. The participants vote to play their fair share in ensuring peace in all over the country. The delegation is expected to continue its discussion with several stakeholders and said will travel to Amara Regional State for similar discussion.
Related news, President of the Oromia Regional State, Lamma Magarsa, has discussed development and security issues with a delegation drawn from Horo Gudru Walaga and East Walaga zones of Oromia State in Finne City. We'll go on to again at the story.
President of the Oromia Regional State, Lamma Magarsa, has conferred the development and security issues with a delegation drawn from Horogudru Walaga and East Walaga zones in Finne City. The delegation has started the discussion by praising reformist leaders who have brought changes in the country.
You had paid very valuable sacrifice to bring us this change and you really made up proud. You have also turned us up. You brought a day for Oromo and Oromo started leading the country. This is the result of your leadership and your colleagues. No one thinks that Oromo reached this point in this short period of time. Therefore, you deserve thanks.
Isin biya Ethiopia jedhamtu kana
You have played a great role in saving Ethiopia from destruction and realized that Oromo can build the country. It had been thought that Oromo couldn't build the country, but today that attitude has completely reversed. So your role in this regard is very significant.
The delegation has also said that strengthening unity and developing culture of discussion so as to keep peace and security of the country for the sustainability of the change is very crucial.
To sustain our peace and security of our country, we have to discuss together to identify a problem and solve. It is our responsibility to do so. We have to advise and criticize each other to strengthen our unity. Then we can defend our enemy.
President Lama, for his part, says that the government has been working to solve the problems that has been observed in terms of development. The president underscored that they are also working to strengthen unity of Oromo people, especially with contesting political parties.
We've already started reform with Oromo contesting political parties, so we have to strengthen it. Regardless of our differences, we have been working together. So various stakeholders, including the public, should take part in this process and add its own value. There are many skillful scholars who can help us. Let us discuss around the table for common goal.
President Lama stressed that participation of various stakeholders is very vital in peacekeeping process.
That was the voice of Oluma Abaina who narrated the story. The House of Federation has announced that it is preparing a charter that helps to further cement the relationship between regional states of Ethiopia. Olkawandumu had more on that.
According to the House of Federation statement, the charter will include exchange of views, culture, and living in harmony with all nations, nationalities, and peoples of the country. It is also stated that the regional states will be integrated and connected with development activities in sustaining peace and security of the nation and sharing of best experiences. Peace and Constitutional Secretary of Permanent Committee with the House of Federation, Prowaini Gabriel said the House is strictly working to strengthen the relationship of all nations, nationalities and peoples of the country. Adding, to sustain the ever-started relationship and culture of living together, the House has prepared a charter. The charter will help the nation, nationalities and people of the country to strengthen their long-lived relationship. We have prepared the charter in collaboration with Ministry of Peace. The regional government have also got the copy of the charter. After the regional states provide us comments, the charter will be implemented, she said. According to the information from the House of Federation, the charter will start its implementation work in this year. It is also said the charter will help to strengthen and help the work of lawmakers, House of Federation and House of People's Representatives in the work of health, education, agriculture and security sectors. As Wayne stated, the implementation of the charter can pave the way for real democracy, along with strengthening the relationship between nations, nationalities and people of the country. It is also said that the charter will officially start its work starting from this December, and all stakeholders are expected to meet and sign a memorandum of understandings.
Ethiopia is home of over 80 nations, nationalities and peoples and has got 9 regional states and 2 city administrations. Project manager of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, Engineer Kifle Horo, said the dam will need 4 years to complete. The manager made the remark during a meeting held in Finnish City on the progress of the dam project. Here is Akilu Gabru for more.
Consultation forum that participated Minister of Water, Irrigation and Electricity, Dr. Engineer Sleshi Getaun, Chief Executive Officer of the Ethiopian Electric Power, Dr. Abraham Balai, and the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam Project Manager, Engineer Kifle Horo, was held in Finfinne, focusing on the progress of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam project. It was said that the construction has delayed due to change in design, which led to the increasing of generation capacity and delay in the electromechanical works. Project Manager, Engineer Kifle Horo, remarked that the dam in which this construction was launched in April 2011 was initially expected to be completed in 2017. Engineer Kifle added that the construction work is being underway without interruption to complete in the upcoming 4 years with additional $4.8 million.
After 2 years, the 2 first-generation units will start to produce energy. Then after, we will try our best to complete it in 2022.
The project manager underscored that the dam has so far consumed about 98 billion birr. Chief Executive Officer of the Ethiopian Electric Power, Dr. Abraham Balai, for his part, noted that the project work is undergoing without interruption, mainly focusing on the electromechanical works. Minister of Water, Irrigation and Electricity, Dr. Engineer Sleshi Bekele, also said that tripartite discussion between Ethiopia, Sudan and Egypt is well in progress beside the construction.
መካከለኛ ፍሰት ያለው ቢሆን የጎርፍ ዓመት ቢሆን
We have discussed what to do with downstreaming countries during the dry season, medium range and floody season.
The dam being built along River Nile will be the largest hydroelectric power plant in Africa at 6.45 gigawatts.
The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam being constructed by Ethiopians themselves is contributing their money, and it is only 20 kilometers away from the border of Ethiopia and Sudan. And the previous general manager of that project, Engineer Semenyo Bekele, committed suicide last few months ago, and that was big news for the country and the world. And the police said actually that he committed a suicide. A spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Meles Alem, said Ethiopia has provided passports for more than 40,000 undocumented Ethiopians who live in exile. Fuad Burhan with the story.
Briefing the media, Ministry of Foreign Affairs announced that it has returned 2,500 Ethiopians who have been jailed in Saudi for many years due to different reasons. Spokesperson of the ministry, Meles Alam, said the government has been working to keep the right of citizens who have been living abroad without legal documents. Accordingly, the ministry has helped citizens who have been working in Saudi without salary to get their salary. He also adds that the country has provided passport for 40,000 citizens who were in exile due to different problems.
ለረጅም ጊዜ ዜግነት አልባ ሆነው የቆዩ አገር አልባ ሆነው የቆዩ
We have provided passport for citizens who were without citizenship documents and lived a second citizen in foreign countries for many years.
According to Meles, on the works done to provide free arrival visa for the countries which are members of the African Union, till now 28,000 African citizens have got the chance. He noted that 11,000 citizens have also got e-visa. The ministry has also provided passport for investors who have been investing in Ethiopia for many years.
460 የሚሆኑ በተለያየ ኢንቨስትመንት ላይ የተሰማሩ
We have provided permanent ID card for 460 investors who have good relationship with the country and invested for many years. They are from Greece, Armenia and Italy.
Meles underscored that the government is working with due attention to attract Ethiopian diaspora.
Modern irrigation projects covering over 400 hectares of land are reportedly being constructed at a cost of 54 million birr in West Shore Zone. Thomas Gamulato has more on that.
Farmers of Tokikuta district of West Shore Zone witnessed that the irrigation project called VTH only will help them to maximize their productivity. Our people have good experience on irrigation. For instance, this coffee plant needs water. If it properly gets water and other fertilizers, it gives production twice a year. So the construction of this project will support us to be productive than other time. The project is under construction with an outlay of 10 million birr. Asag Defrem is a contractor of the project. He said the construction of the project reached 67% and will be finalized within a short period of time. The construction of the project was started last January. Now it has reached 67%. Hopefully, it will be completed within 3 months' time. According to OBN Salamolika, VTH project will develop 150 hectares of land. With this, 300 householders will be benefited. Head of West Shore Zone Irrigation Development Authority, Takle Dosa, said irrigation projects are underway in 9 districts of the zone with the cost of 54 million birr government budget. Takle said upon their completion, the projects are expected to develop more than 400 hectares of land.
Budget naannoo miliyoona 54 kan ta'udha kan hojiirra oolaa jiru. Inni guddaan lafa hektaara naannoo 400 ol.
About 54 million birr has been allocated for the construction of these projects. Therefore, when the construction of these projects is totally completed, we hope that it will develop more than 400 hectares of land and 800 households will be benefited.
African Development Bank extends a $15 million grant for Ethiopia's agro-industrial parks project. Ethiopia and African Development Bank have signed a $15 million USD grant that would help to finance integrated agro-industrial parks support project. Signing the agreement, Finance Minister Ahmed Shide said the project fits very well with the national vision as it focuses on supporting the development of the 4 agro-industrial parks located in Amhara, Oromia, Southern nationality and peoples, and Tigray regional states. As reported by the sites are Bure in Amhara, Bulbula in Oromia, Yirgalem in Southern nationality and peoples, and Baakar in Tigray. It was learned the project will strengthen the agro-industrial parks link with producers and small and medium enterprises with strategic industrial clusters, the minister added. African Development Bank country manager Abdul Kamara said the bank appreciates and fully supports the government's profound economic reforms. Abdul finally pointed out that, I quote, the agreement for agro-industrial park support project that we are signing brings the African Development Bank's total ongoing commitment to $1.89 billion, covering the key sectors of energy, transport, water supply, sanitation, agriculture, governance, private sector, and basic services. Development partners at a consultative workshop held on Ethiopia's Zero Poverty and Hunger Strategic Review noted that concerted efforts are needed to extricate the country from poverty and hunger, which remain persistent challenges. Speaking at Ethiopia's Zero Poverty and Hunger Strategic Review workshop, UN Resident Coordinator Anias Chapinga Chuma said the workshop is an important exercise that will assess the root cause of challenges in eradicating poverty and hunger. According to Chuma, millions of Ethiopians are still languishing in poverty despite the country's robust economic growth in the last 2 decades. United Nations will work in partnership with the government to achieve collective results in short, medium, and long-term basis, the coordinator stated. He stressed that Ethiopia should encourage smart investments in poverty reduction to realize the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and AU's Agenda 2063, as well as other international agendas. You have been watching OBN with me, Anwar Khalil. Thanks for watching. Have a good time. Bye-bye.